Okay, so the thermometry, it is a practical. It is usually asked in the minor clinical question, as well as if it is asked in the major clinical question, then you have to perform it with effect of exercise on your own body temperature. So it will be asked as a the record your own body temperature, or measure the your own body temperature. It can be asked, usually asked in minor clinical question, but if it is asked in the major clinical exercise, you have to do uh, you have to perform the stepping exercise, and you have to demonstrate the effect of exercise on temperature. Now let's start with the thermometry. Now what is thermometry? So the thermometry, it is a method for measurement of the body temperature, that is known as a thermometry. Usually we measures three type of temperature. One is the oral temperature, another one is the axillary temperature, and the third one is the rectal temperature. If we simultaneously record the body temperature in the same person same time, this rectal temperature is 0.5 to 1 degree greater than that of the oral temperature, and this oral temperature is 0.5 to 1 degree Fahrenheit greater than that of the axillary temperature. Most commonly used and the accurate, that is the oral temperature for the practical purpose. Otherwise rectal temperature, it is the closest to the core temperature, but usually we performed in the animals for the experimental purpose, and it should not be performed, right? In between this oral and the axillary temperature, this oral temperature is accurate as well as the greater than that of the axillary temperature. The person in which we cannot record the oral temperature, in that person we will measure the axillary temperature, like the children. So they cannot put the thermometer, bulb of the thermometer under surface of the tongue. So in such person we will record the axillary temperature. Now which are the units? Which are the units of the temperature? So the unit of the temperature, one is a Celsius and the another one is a Fahrenheit. For the body temperature measurement for the temperature, one is a Fahrenheit and another one is a centigrade. Here it is a formula which shows the conversion of the centigrade to the Fahrenheit. If you are going for the practical exam, remember this formula. It can be asked in the calculation. If in some colleges there are spotting also, so there is a conversion of centigrade and to the Fahrenheit, it can be asked into the spotting. So remember the formula for the calculation purpose. Then more common unit for the temperature is obviously Fahrenheit in our India. In some countries the centigrade is more commonly used. So this was about the unit of the temperature. Now how will we measure the temperature, body temperature? So that is by the clinical thermometer. Second one is by digital thermometer, and the third one is by the infrared thermometer. As in this COVID scenario, we use the non-contact thermometer, that is the infrared thermometer. So the most accurate measurement, it is by the clinical thermometer. So you have to remember this clinical thermometer. Second one is the digital thermometer. Okay, so in the glass or the clinical thermometer, this part is known as a bulb. There are two units. One is the centigrade. You can see 35, 36, 41, 42 degrees Celsius, and below there is a Fahrenheit. You can see the mercury column. Here it is already below the 94 degree Fahrenheit. So before you take the temperature, make sure that mercury column should be below 35 degree Celsius or 95 degree Fahrenheit. You have to make it by shaking the thermometer in downward direction with wrist movement. Normal body temperature is 98.6 degree Fahrenheit or 37.7 degree Celsius. If the temperature is greater than 99 degree Fahrenheit or in Celsius, it is greater than 37.5 degrees Celsius, it is known as a fever. For the how much time you have to keep the thermometer in contact with your body surface. So either you are recording the oral temperature or you are recording the axillary temperature. So the before taking the oral temperature, you have to clean the thermometer in antiseptic solution. Then put the bulb of the thermometer below the under surface of the tongue. That is for the oral temperature. In some persons, then second thing, you should not take a very hot or the cold eatables before you are taking the temperature. So there is a no false no effect on the your own temperature reading. If you are taking the axillary temperature, then clean the armpit then properly, then place the bulb of the thermometer in the armpit and abduct the arm completely, so it can be remain proper in contact with your body surface. Okay. It auxiliary temperature we record in the persons who cannot cooperate to us, like the unconscious patient. There is a risk if you put the bulb of the thermometer, they can break with their mouth, or in the children. So they are not able to understand and cannot put the thermometer below the under surface of the tongue. In such persons, we are taking the axillary temperature. In your practical, your as well as in exam, you have to measure the both temperature, oral temperature and axillary temperature, unless there is a specification given in your question like that, measure your own oral body temperature. Okay, so the measure the both oral temperature and the axillary temperature. For now, for how much duration you have to keep the thermometer in contact with your body surface. So that time required to measure the accurate body temperature, that is known as optimum time, and the temperature we record, that is known as a optimum temperature. Now put the bulb of the thermometer below the under surface of the tongue, minimum for the 1 minute. So start with the 1 minute. Okay, then if it is reading comes at the 97 degree Fahrenheit, right, then put it for the 1.5 minute, or you can write it down vertically also. Put it for the 1.5 minutes. If the reading comes 97.2 degree Fahrenheit, then again increases the duration for the 30 seconds and then put the thermometer for the 2 minutes. If the reading comes 97.2 degree Fahrenheit, again put it for the 30 second more, that is for 2.5 minutes. So if the temperature remains same, that is at 97.2 degree Fahrenheit, then this time, so your optimum time or the standard time, that is the 1.5 minute, right, and the optimum temperature, that is a 97.2 degree Fahrenheit. So that is your optimum temperature. We can say optimum oral temperature, right? So in exams you have to make a table like this and record the temperature by increasing 30 seconds more, up to which three consecutive same reading comes. Okay, so that is your optimum time and this is your optimum temperature. So for your own body, you have to measure the optimum temperature. For that much duration, you have to keep the thermometer to measure the accurate body temperature. If we talk about the digital thermometer, in that there is no the way like there is the three same reading. Usually, the digital thermometer record the temperature at the duration of optimum time itself. There is a sensor that if the reading does not change for few seconds, then it shows the accurate reading. So in digital thermometer, usually there is a no optimum time, so there is a no measure this recording of this type of chart. Okay, So now for you, same thing you have to do for the auxiliary temperature. The effect of exercise on the body temperature. So you have to do the stepping exercise for the 1 minute, 30 steps in 1 minute. Then immediately after exercise, you have to record your own oral temperature. See, in auxiliary temperature, preferably we should perform the oral temperature, because in auxiliary temperature sometimes because of perspiration, if you take the temperature immediately after exercise, because of perspiration, the temperature may becomes falsely low, but is not actually low. So the preferably always try to measure the oral temperature. So the do stepping exercise for the 1 minute. Then immediately after exercise, you have to record your own temperature. If it is 98.2 degree Fahrenheit. Usually after exercise, temperature is increased. Then wait for optimum time. Suppose your optimum time is 1.5, then you have to wait for 1.5 minutes. If your optimum time is 2 minutes, then wait for 2 minutes. Then after that, put the thermometer for optimum time. So the wait for optimum time, in our case it is 1.5 minutes. And measure the temperature. If it is comes 98 degree Fahrenheit. Okay. Now again wait for the 1.5 minutes. So the gap kept, it should be between the 1.5 minutes. So again after 1.5 minutes, if your readings comes 97.6 degree Fahrenheit, again wait for the optimum time. Then if the reading till that your reading comes to the 92.2 degree Fahrenheit, that the up to you have to measure it at the duration of the optimum time till your temperature becomes or reaches to your basal temperature, that is your optimum temperature, and make a graph, and then make a graph like this. So here there is a time and here there is a temperature. Here it is a graph, you have to draw it like this. Here it is a time, here it is a temperature, and duration in the time, here that is a minute. Here it is a temperature in the Fahrenheit. Start from the 97, or you have to record it in your graph paper. Okay, so the 97, 97.5, 98. So the make a reading like this, right? Then here first reading, that is the for the optimum time. So from 1 point, the optimum time here our it is 1.5. So the make a first spot here. Then immediately after exercise, the reading is here. So that is our 98.2 degree Fahrenheit. Then wait for the optimum time 1.5 minute. Then here it is, here we will wait for the 1.5 minutes. So here there is a 6
reading here after the interval of 1.5 minute, that is 98 degree Fahrenheit.
Record the reading. It is 98.
Reading here it is a 98 degree Fahrenheit.
Okay, it is
98 degree Fahrenheit.
Then again wait for the 1.5 minute, that is your optimum time, and record the reading, that is a 97.6. So here it is 97.6, and again wait for the 1.5 minute, then your reading will be like 97.2. So that is the effect of exercise on your body temperature. In graph, write down this optimum time, optimum temperature. So you can demonstrate, or from graph we can demonstrate the effect of exercise on our body temperature. So the optimum time and the optimum temperature. So the time required by body, to come to the basal temperature after exercise, you have to calculate from here to here. Okay, so from 12 minutes, here it is, we have recorded at the 2.5 minutes. So the deduct the this 2.5 minutes from this 12 minutes. So time required by the body to comes the body temperature normal, that is the 10.5 minutes. Okay, so that is the if graph showing the effect of temperature, or sorry, effect of exercise on body temperature.
This is the TPR chart that is given in your journal. TPR means the regular charting or the recording of the T for temperature, P for pulse rate, and the R for the respiratory rate. So in short, we call it as a TPR charting. When you go to the clinics, you will find in the files of every indoor patient this TPR chart. You can draw the graph of effect of exercise on your own body temperature in TPR chart also. This was all about thermometry.